Watch this. Your serve will never improve until you master this one thing most players skip. And it's not spin or speed. Let me walk you through how to actually improve your serve. There's a clear progression, and most players skip the foundation. No matter how long you've been playing, if your serve still feels shaky, you need to start with the first bounce. If I want to serve long, my first bounce lands near the end line. Short, near the net. Half long, right around the middle. Master that first bounce placement before anything else. Without it, everything built on top will be inconsistent. If your first bounce isn't consistent, the ball won't be consistent either. One lands in the net, the next flies long, that's a first bounce problem. And here's the thing, there's no single correct serve motion. What matters is the direction of force at the moment of contact, the friction. So step 1, lock in your first bounce feel until it's automatic. Step 2, build your overall framework. Understand the direction of force for each serve type. Step 3, once the framework is solid, add spin. Side spin, topspin, develop that snap, coordinate it with your body, and every serve variation opens up. Now let me teach you a simplified loop. Think of it as your emergency option. This isn't about raw power. It's about getting the ball on the table at crunch time and then winning through placement. The first key point, when you want to loop the ball up, do not pull your arm back. Watch, I'll demonstrate. See how I'm barely using my legs here, standing almost straight, and my arm isn't dropping low for a big backswing. I'm keeping everything compact. The racket face stays close to the ball. The closer your racket is to the ball at the start, the easier it is to get the ball on the table. Now you must use the forearm to drive the loop. Now there's a trendy concept going around, the so-called plaster cast arm, where you lock the elbow angle and swing the whole arm as one rigid unit. I looked it up. The idea is you keep the joint fixed and move from the shoulder. Ignore that. A lot of those clips are taken out of context. Sometimes the player is just warming up, not actually looping with intent. Watch any top match closely. The forearm whips through fast, the arm extends. Both forehand and backhand. It's the forearm acceleration that generates quality. So when you loop, the power comes from the forearm. To prevent the ball from sailing long, you have to limit your upper arm. The moment you add upper arm force, the ball flies out. Under pressure, your arm tenses up, and that makes it even worse. Keep the upper arm quiet, let the forearm do the work. If your upper arm swings too far forward or too far up, you're using too much of it. When can you use the upper arm? When you're relaxed and hunting for quality, sure, let it go. But at 9-all, or in a doubles match at a critical moment, when all you need is to get the ball on the table, lock the upper arm down and use the forearm. Think of it like collecting coins. Forearm flips forward, then gathers back in. Watch, forearm forward, collect, push through. The quality is already high just from that forward push. And because the stroke is compact, you naturally recover to a neutral position. After that, what does it mean to complete the stroke? It means every phase gets its time. When you need to sink into your legs, you sink. When you need to push forward and snap the forearm, you snap. Don't rush through it in a panic, no half-finished swings, no cutting corners. The whole motion, unhurried, start to finish. Watch, I serve, then I loop, calm, complete. At 9-all, who can guarantee the ball stays on? You can. Because this steady, fully completed stroke is hard to read. If you suddenly change the rhythm, your opponent can't adjust. So the third key point, finish the entire motion without rushing. That's the real key to consistency, not scrambling to finish the stroke, not forcing explosive power, not chasing snap. Explosiveness and snap emerge naturally within a well-executed motion. When your goal is simply getting the ball on the table, you need to let the full stroke carry the ball up and over. The complete motion does the work. You don't need to think about explosion at all, just think about making the table. So remember those 3 points. And now let me share the single most important principle for looping. For us recreational players, the priority is first, complete the stroke, then make it faster. That's the key to looping. Watch full stroke, nice and relaxed. Now, on that same foundation, I speed it up slightly. See, it's not about muscling the ball, I'm just increasing the tempo of the same motion, a little quicker. Watch again, complete stroke, then a touch faster. I'm not using brute force at all, just a faster version of the same smooth swing. Moving on, here's another critical point. Every loop must go forward first, then upward. Forward first, then up. Remember that order. Never up first and then forward. In a tense match, the moment you lift too much, the ball dumps straight into the net. The direction is always forward, and as you go forward, you gradually climb, like walking up a staircase, one step at a time. Forward up, not up forward. This distinction is absolutely essential. If you start by going up, you can never redirect forward, you're stuck lifting. Think of it the way I always teach: contact. Wrap around the ball, push through it with friction. When you see a backspin ball coming, your instinct might be to scoop upward, but resist that. Our natural instinct when we see backspin is to pull upward, but the moment you go up first, you can't redirect forward anymore. You have to push into the ball first. Drive forward, make solid contact, and only then let the stroke arc upward. That's how the ball clears the net. If you never push through the ball, you're only giving it upward energy with no forward momentum, and it drops straight into the net. Players think they're netting because they went too far forward. That's wrong. You net because you didn't engage the ball with enough friction going forward. You didn't bite into it. You didn't push through it. When you just lift, sure, the ball might go up, but that doesn't mean your loop technique is correct. You're muscling the ball upward rather than using real friction. Always remember, forward first, then up. Practice these ideas and make them yours. We covered several important ideas today. First, on serves, nail the first bounce location inside the small triangle before worrying about anything else. Second, for the topspin loop, remember the 3 keys to getting the ball on the table. Use the forearm, not the upper arm. Keep the backswing compact like the coin drill we practiced. And complete the full stroke every time. Then we added 2 more critical points. Looping is about acceleration, not brute force. And your swing direction must always be forward first, then upward, never the other way around. Push through the ball, bite into it with friction, and let the upward arc happen naturally within that one fluid motion. For backspin, commit to going forward. For no spin, stay forward even more. The upward component is just a slight adjustment on top of that forward drive. Take these fundamentals to the table and drill them patiently. Once your body learns the correct sequence, everything else follows.